38 Special in the critical defense line ammunition. Today what we have is the low recoil, or light I should say, 38 Special FTX standard pressure 90 grain. And then we have the 38 Special 110 grain FTX, and that is the standard pressure. And then we have the 110 grain plus P. Now, I've been asked to do this test, and a subscriber supplied this ammunition, so thank you. What we have here is a 90 grain for the light, and it is rated at 1200 feet per second. The 110 grain is rated at 1010 feet per second, and the plus P 1090 feet per second. And this subscriber wanted to see the performance through the 1.875 inch J-frame, and I thought, you know what, if we're going to do that, let's run it through the 4-inch too, because that's the industry standard, is to use a 4-inch barrel for testing 38 Special. And we'll see what kind of velocity drop we have between the two. My gut impression is that with the 90 grain, probably we're going to get the most loss there, because that's kind of powder driven, as where the other ones are probably a little bit more pressure driven. So as always, we're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we get at the same time, and then we're going to go through the juggernaut box, which is 4 layers of denim followed by 1 3/4 inches of bologna, followed by 3/8 inch particle board to simulate ribs or sternum, and to the water jugs. So let's get started with the test. All right, first up is going to be the 90 grain light to the 4-inch barrel. We are about 5 yards from the target, so we'll see what kind of velocity we get with the 90 grain standard pressure through the 4-inch barrel. See if we get that 1200 feet per second rated velocity. $1,000. $9.95. $1,016. $9.97. And 1006, so nowhere near rated velocity. I'm not really sure where they're getting those numbers from. So let's try the 1.875 inch barrel and see how the velocity compares. Alright, let's try the 1.875 inch barrel, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we get with the 90 grain FTX. $917. $897. $888. $894. And 916. So quite a bit below rated velocity. Now let's go on to the 110 grain standard pressure and see what kind of velocity, accuracy, energy we get with that. Alright, the 110 grain standard pressure through the 4-inch barrel, we're rated at 1010 feet per second. We'll see how we do out of the 4-inch barrel if we can get 1010. $884. $931. $924 it looked like. 909. 919. So almost 100 feet per second less. Now let's see how the little J-frame does. Alright, standard pressure, critical defense. We'll see what we get through the little snub nose barrel. $807. $775. $840. 790 something it looked like. 812. So, and the snub nose barrel about 200 feet per second less than advertised. Now let's go on to the plus P and see how that does. Alright, 110 grain plus P critical defense. We'll see how we do through the 4-inch barrel, whether we get that 1090 feet per second or not. 1025. 1059. 1035. 1072. 1073, close. And accuracy is 1 hole accuracy. So definitely better accuracy with this particular load to the 4-inch barrel than the other two. So let's try the J-frame. Alright, let's see what we get for velocity and accuracy at the 110 grain plus P critical defense and the 1.875 inch barrel. $870. No read. $888. $926. Didn't see a reading on that one. Run a couple more through it. $897. No read on that one. We'll run another one. For some reason my chronograph's being funny today. $967. So all these readings are a little bit lower than what I've gotten in the past, but I would say overall when it comes to the point of aim and impact and accuracy, the Plus P is definitely more accurate and more point of aim, point of impact than both of these two firearms. So based on accuracy and energy alone, it's looking good for the Plus P, but not so much for the other two. Now let's see what happens when we hit the ballistic box, see what kind of damage it does to the baloney, what kind of water jug we catch it in, or how far in water jugs we catch it, and what kind of expansion we get. So let's get started with that part of the test. Alright, critical defense light, we're going to see what we get through the 4-inch barrel, 90 grain bullet, through the ballistic pack. So here we go. Alright. And here's the entrance. Damage to the meat, pretty good actually. That's better than what I would have expected for the velocity we were getting. And then we have a pretty good size hole at the back of the particle board. Now let's see what we got for water jugs. Alright, jug 1 is pretty well damaged. We see that kind of damage typically with like 9mm and stuff like that. Jug 2, I don't see anything out the back of jug 2. But I don't see a bullet in jug 2, which is pretty interesting. Alright, I thought I saw something roll back, and I did. The bullet appears to have hit jug 2 and bounced off it and rolled right back out of the box. I don't have the plug, but there's the bullet. Really good expansion. However, it stopped in jug 2, which, I mean, that's pretty good. I've seen some 9mm do that. So overall performance in comparison to a lot of other cartridges, pretty on par, and definitely the recoil is very low. So now let's try the 1.875 inch barrel and see how that compares. Alright, here's the 1.875 inch barrel with the same 90 grain light load. We'll see how we do with this. Alright, here's the back of the particle board. Damage is a little bit less than the 4-inch barrel, from what I can tell. So let's see what we got in water jugs. A lot of debris in the first jug here. And it appears we captured it in jug 2. And that's very interesting. This is not like the other one. This is totally different. That is odd. Total jacket separation, and we have a lot of pieces of lead that are just sheared off of it. Fragmentation. I would not have expected that with less velocity. That is just pretty strange. Now let's go on to the standard pressure and see how that compares through both barrel lengths. Alright, here's the standard pressure, 110 grain through the 4-inch barrel. We'll see what we get. There's the entrance hole, and it bulged it out. This is interesting. Significant damage to the baloney. More than the 90 grain in both barrel lengths. That's pretty good. I'm out the back of the particle board. It's about the same as the other two. Now let's see what we got in water jugs. Jug 1, really good damage. And jug 2, I can see the bullet in jug 2 right now. And jug 3 is dented a little bit. So we have more penetration than what we did with the 90 grain. And here we are, pretty good. That's about what we see with the Plus P because I've tested that in the past. So that looks pretty good. Now let's see how the 2-inch barrel compares with the standard pressure. Alright, the snub nose with the standard pressure, 110 grain. We'll see what we get. And significantly less damage than the 4-inch barrel with the standard pressure. That's very, very interesting. I thought it would have been more than that, but the barrel length makes a huge difference in the standard pressure. Alright, jug 1, we have quite a bit of debris in here. Jug 2, we have a pass-through. I see an impact in jug 3, kind of to the side here. I don't see the bullet at all. That is weird. We definitely impacted jug 3. And looking in here, there's no bullet in here either. I don't know where it went, but it's not in here. I don't know how it could have magically disappeared, but we do not have the standard pressure 110 grain bullet anywhere. That is very strange. But we did get more penetration than what we did with the 4-inch barrel, so that means that the expansion is going to be quite a bit less. I wish I had that slug, but I don't. Now let's see how the Plus P compares in the 4-inch and 1.875-inch barrel. Alright, 110 grain Plus P critical defense. We'll see what we get. Alright. That's some significant damage through that particle board. And really good damage, about what we saw at the standard pressure. But it looks like it just went through that particle board, maybe a little bit more damage at the particle board. Let's see what we got in water jugs. Jug 1 has the most damage out of all of the ones I've tested so far. And then it looks like we have the bullet in jug 2, no damage in jug 3. And we got total jacket separation. It looks like we're probably missing some lead too. So we got fragmentation and jacket separation with the 4-inch barrel. Let's see how it does in the 2-inch barrel. Alright, through the snub nose, we'll see what we get through the ballistic pack here. 110 grain Plus P. Alright, through the baloney pack, not really significant damage. I was expecting a little bit more. Alright, let's see what we got in the water jug. Jug 1 isn't damaged as much as the 4-inch barrel was. And jug 2, it appears we have a hole off the back of jug 2. And from what I can tell, it's in jug 3. Yep, in jug 3. And it appears that we damaged jug 4 just a little bit. There's a little bit of a dent on that jug 4. And we have a little bit of a different type of expansion here. That's a little strange. Don't know what to think of that. That's different than what I've experienced in the past. So overall, how's this ammunition perform? It performs okay, but I can't necessarily say it performs better than, let's say, Remington HTP or any other standard jacketed hollow point that I've tested. It performs okay. The recoil is pretty light on all of them. It's a little bit more on the Plus P than the other two, but the other two are pretty low recoil. And what we're seeing is, it didn't look like the 2-inch or the 4-inch barrel performed all that well with the 90 grain. And then when we go on to the 110 grains, what I can tell is it looks like out of the 4-inch barrel, both the standard pressure and the Plus P performed really well. Out of the snub nose, not nearly as much damage to the target. So my opinion is the 90 grain not so good. The two 110 grain loads seem to both be pretty well out of a 4-inch barrel, but as a snub nose load, I'm not seeing anything that's looking that fantastic. So this is what I'm getting today with the critical defense loads, the 3 different types. So Tell me what you think in the comments below, and as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.